Hey guys, so I know I've been already posting on here and everything, but it never really occurred to me that I should probably introduce myself and who I am, what I do, all the things. But I haven't, I've been procrastinating this task because Spirit has been telling me for a long time that I need to put myself out there and I need to use the knowledge that I have to help other people. And I've just been putting it off. So this is me jumping out there, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, a little bit about a lot of the things that I think I know, um, and just go from there. I'll probably start posting a little bit about what comes to me at the time. So today, I'm just going to tell you the simple things. I am not one of those spiritual people that thinks I know everything about everything. I'm not going to get on here and be like, you shouldn't do that. You probably shouldn't do this, yada, yada, yada. But I will throw like bits and pieces of something, and then whatever comes to me, if somebody needs something specific or wants to know something specific, I can share my expertise on that. So I'll start by saying I am a Pisces. I'm 29. I live in Houston, and I've been on my spiritual journey. It's always funny when people ask, "How long have you been on your spiritual journey?" Like, honestly, since I was born. But I will say I became more conscious, aware of it when I went to. I had a dream when I was a kid. That's when it happened. When I was a little kid, I had a dream. I'm a dreamer. That pretty much the world ended. I saw the world end. There was fire. People were getting messages on their phone. It was weird. But that was the day I was like, yeah, what the fuck? Something's happening. And ever since then, I've definitely gone down the rabbit hole of Christianity because I was raised Christian. And once I left my hometown, um, I went to a Christian university where we literally picked apart the Bible in a philosophy class. And yeah, that was like, I started getting into meditating and learning things about different religions. I like to study other religions to kind of see how it compared and why Christianity was the correct one and why everybody else was wrong. So I'm not going to get into that, but that was like the beginning of how that started. So now I don't call myself a Christian. I'm not a Christian. There's a term for it, omnism, which is basically I see the truth in all these religions and how they pretty much kind of coincide with the same principles, right? So my practices are really they're important. My practices pretty much revolve around my spirit being the temple of my religion. So, the more I learned about chakras, meditating, being one with nature, and pretty much being like a spirit of the light, showing love and forgiveness and all those type of things, that's pretty much what made me the spiritual person that I am. So I do altar work, ancestral veneration. I'm really big on that right now. Um, and that's tough. Definitely a lot of shadow work, therapy. All of these things are very vital, and I don't think that you can go deep into spiritual work with other people without honing in on you and your work and what's going on with you know the things that you have to figure out in this lifetime. So, let's see. I guess I'm a Pisces sun, Gemini rising, Virgo moon. And in a way, those are all very balanced, but they're a lot of y'all probably don't know what that means, but maybe we'll dabble in that another video. That they contradict each other sometimes, but I think they balance out very well for my personality. Anybody that knows me, because I do have some followers on here that do know me or have met me or been around me, I'm fairly quiet because I'm observant, and my discernment is very strong. Like when I'm around a group of people, I'm an empath, so I feel everything. I can look at you and pretty much gauge how you feel, and I can determine if I even want to be close to you, like sit close to you and things like that. So I'm pretty quiet if you don't know anything about me. But if you're like a family member and you've been around me, then you know I'm definitely not a quiet person at that point. So I'm very I'm bubbly. I like to laugh, all those types of things. But like I said, if you don't know anything about me and you've only seen me in my discerning state, then you're probably like, oh, she's a bitch. I mean, I can be if that's, what that is. But yeah, that's that's like the best way I can pretty much describe myself as a person. Now, as a spiritualist, I'm how do I say? Um, hmm. As a spiritualist, my goal is to help others learn things, right? So, protection, I'm really big on protecting yourself. I'm really big on educating yourself. Um, Protection, educating, and self love for sure, right? Being aware of your surroundings, taking care of yourself. I I'm on social media enough to see a lot of videos where people are just like, I don't know about this and you shouldn't do that and this is a really awful place to think and like people have all of their different things. I'm just not one of those people that's going to do that because there's a quote that I read, and I think it is probably one of the most important quotes for anybody that thinks they know anything. Like a wise a wise man knows that he knows nothing. And the more you learn about the spiritual realm and everything, you will eventually find out that you don't know anything. You know nothing. Everything is like speculation and tailored to who you are as a person. So like, I respect everybody's viewpoints. And there are, like I said, there are a lot of them I don't agree with, but their beliefs don't tailor to me in my life. So I don't have a lot to say about that. So, if you want to know more about tarot readings, I'm not advanced. I can give you a tarot reading, but I can't teach you how to do it. And to be honest with you, if you're actually using a tarot deck, it's just going to take practice and a lot of time because there's 72 cards, and if you don't memorize them, it's a lot. But that's with anything spiritual wise, like hoodoo. I will say this: I do not like to be called a witch. I just don't like the term. To me, I associate the term witch with Anglo-Saxon medieval white women that used to do what they did. I'm not white. I'm not a witch. Also, I don't like the term witch because Christianity kind of brought that about as far as being a derogatory term. So you do have people practitioners that dabble in light energy and dark energy. There is a common balance of both. But for the most part, I am a light worker, okay? I would prefer practitioner. You can call me the juju lady. I don't really care. Just don't call me a witch. It's weird. I don't know. I don't like the term. So, yeah, I don't know. That just came up. Like, he was like, oh my God, she's a witch. I'm not a witch. It's weird. You're going to burn me at the stake. It's just so old. It's so old. So, yeah, practitioner is pretty much conjurer, alchemist. I like to channel energy, transmute it into something that I can use, especially with the traumas that I have. So, yeah, there's that. But numerology, that's something that I have gotten really big into these last few years, and it's something. And I do wholeheartedly believe in taking a break in spirituality when you need to, because it is very deep work, and sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need to just be human and not be celestial for a little bit. So that's kind of a little bit about me, and I will make a part 2 soon. So peace.